Welcome back to Nanodosing. We're nude. We're lewd. We got a tood. That wasn't as good as the first time that I tried to take it off the top. I forget what I said the last time.
I'll just splice it.
Live and lewd.
I'll just splice it in.
Okay. Welcome back to Nanodosing. We're live and lewd. We got the whole squad right here. It's Nanodosing. It is Thursday. Thank you guys for tuning in. Good to have you all back. Good to be back in studio again. We had a solid episode on Tuesday. Thank you guys for all joining us on that one. We'll probably be in touch with Hassan at some point in the future, getting back on. Reception was very strong for it. We're back, and it is Carstool Karaoke Wednesday. Really Thursday. So Big T objected to me just nominating him for Carstool Karaoke, which I understand because I foisted it upon him. So I feel like we should still try to do karaoke on Wednesdays.
I have a song that I am willing to sing if Arian sings it with me.
Ooh.
It's courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
No.
Look up the lyrics, see if it's something you might enjoy.
I will not.
I say, yeah, let's do it.
I'm out.
We can do "Don't Stop Believing."
Well, no, Billy, don't distract him. We're going down. We're going down. A path
Otherwise,
here.
I'm also willing to do it if everyone else does. I don't know why it had to just be me.
I'm willing to
because
do a duet.
I think that we have to do it like everybody does it on a Wednesday, or we can do some sort of game.
I think that's a
like a hat game. How about a hat game?
Hat.
What does that mean?
Hat game.
Get the big hat.
Get
Where's
the
the giant hat?
Where's the hat? Where's the cap? Oh, it's right there. It's behind the box.
Okay, Billy.
think
In the meantime,
Billy, distract the audience while I get the hat.
In the meantime, there has been a large black feline located in Michigan. I've been a big believer in this cryptid. I think there are large. So there's never been a scientifically recognized black mountain lion. The only large cat in North America. Black panthers are either jaguars or leopards that have a lot of melanin, but there's been many spottings of large black felines in North America. It's always been thought to be a cryptid feline because there's nothing in the history of biology to say there's one. But there was a spotting in Michigan. This is a cryptid I actually think is like very, very real. I think there are
doesn't sound like a
mountain
cryptid.
lions.
It sounds like just a black cat.
It would no. These things have been killing livestock. I don't think they get spotted because of their coloring in the night. Mountain lions are hard enough to find by themselves. I think there's black mountain lions, but everyone sees them. They always be like, no, there's no such thing as a black mountain lion. But I think there are black mountain lions because these cats. There was a picture taken. It is a gigantic cat. Look it up online. Michigan, giant black cat sighting. I think this is one of those cryptids that is actually real. There's a whole Monster Quest episode about it. I don't know if you guys were Monster Quest aficionados. I was. Fascinating cryptid of people in North America spotting large black felines. Monster Quest was a very popular show on History Channel. If you guys didn't watch it, then you guys have been living under a rock. But
Okay, this is really taking a turn from at the start. It sounded like there's this cool cat, and then all of a sudden it just becomes an indictment on all of us for not watching Monster Quest.
yeah, well, you should be informed. We're on a conspiracy podcast.
Yeah, we are. So listen, Billy, I'm going to run with this. What's the name of the Black Panther that you think that you saw?
I didn't see it.
Okay, so give it a name then.
I'm going to call it
Blanther.
Oh my God. That is horrible.
Blaguar.
Blussy. Blussy. I'm going to call it the Blussy.
I like Black You Are.
Blaguar?
Blaguar.
Because I'm obsessed with how one time I was on Twitter and I was like, yo, if I have any British people that follow me, say aluminum jaguar in your accent. And they go, and there was a bunch of people that were, and they said aluminium jaguar. It's the fucking coolest shit.
Aluminum's the one that pisses me off because, like, obviously that we say things differently than they do. That's fine, but aluminum, they add a syllable that doesn't exist.
Aluminium.
Do they not have an I in it over there?
It's aluminum.
Yeah, I know, but
Four
There's an I,
syllables. They
isn't
say
there?
aluminium.
But I think they might spell
add
it
an I.
differently.
They add an I, so aluminium.
Oh, so
versus
it's spelled
aluminum.
differently
They add an I?
also?
They add an I.
Our way of pronouncing it and spelling it is way better.
Aluminium is the spelling preferred in the United Kingdom and other English-speaking nations. It's like colour or theater.
Oh yeah, so they just spelled it different, so it makes
Yeah.
sense to them.
Okay, I guess that does
Aluminium.
change things, but that's wrong also.
I
Well,
agree.
how's it spelled? on the periodic table?
we're the bastard language. I think ours is technically. if you
Also
wanna get
calling Z Z. I hate that.
I
too.
hate that. Yep.
On-
How do you
Let me-
feel about the 7s that have the extra like line through
Hate it. Is that a British thing?
I think it's a European thing.
No, that's a cursive thing to make it look different from other cursive. Like,
I'm okay with the 7s actually,
yeah.
because sometimes it's hard to differentiate between like 1s. Like somebody's like a sloppy 1.
Yeah, that's why
I'm
people
okay
do
with
it.
the 7.
All right, I'm making the hat game right now, and Big T is very, very woke.
I
on
don't
this.
understand why you're so opposed to like a good team building exercise. Why you want to single someone out?
Because this is how it works. This is how karaoke works. It's not all.
That's
of us
actually
singing
not
this.
actually.
I'm addicted
the
to
the
karaoke.
show that the name of the show that you've ripped this off of is multiple people doing it all at the same time.
James Corden and somebody doing it,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't rip it off. This is my idea to do karaoke. But no, Billy did it by himself last time.
Because he started singing something.
Well, I was told I should.
No,
I
but
was
you
asked.
started doing it first. I think.
Just Big T, just roll with it. Just try
All
it
right,
on.
put it in
just
the
try
hat.
it on. I've got all of our names. Billy's name I did not write down because he did it last week. I think that's fair,
That's
right?
very fair.
If you do it last week, you don't have to do it again.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
It's like
I've
the
been
wheel. It's
practicing,
like
though.
someone gets taken off every week.
Okay. So it's in the giant hat. Billy,
cap.
you get to select the name. And then can we pull up the Discord and just ask somebody on the Discord?
To name a song?
You're like, what
What
song?
song?
No.
Big T hates the Discord.
All right, I have a piece of paper.
But you can't tell them who's singing it.
Yeah.
They can pick the song. We can't.
Oh my God,
Who do we got? Oh, it's Big,
Big
T.
T.
Let me see all the papers.
The hat doesn't cap.
Let me see all the papers.
You want the papers?
I'll look at the papers
No,
independent.
Big
No.
Let Big T
Let him
do
see
it.
the papers.
Let Big T do a forensic audit of the Dominion voting machine. Here you go. Tell me what you find in there. This is 2,000 Mules presented by Big T.
Just a big T.
That was funny.
Did they all say
Big T, what'd you find in there?
I found 3 big T's so far.
That's a lie.
You're a lie. 4.
That's a lie.
They all say big T.
That's it. Show the camera.
They all say
Show the
big T.
show the camera,
I've already
Big T.
put it back in the hat.
Yeah, show the camera.
Yeah.
I've already put them back in
Big
the hat
T's
and
lying.
discarded of the hat. They all said big T.
Big T, now you're lying. You're lying to the audience.
Were those mail-in ballots?
Big T is
Yeah,
lying.
he found them at 3 a.m. in Michigan.
You're lying
A
to the
truck dropped
audience
them off.
right now.
I mean, look, if there's statistical inaccuracies and
There's-
stuff that's outside of the scope of statistical error, I mean, I guess
There's
we have to
nothing
look
that's
into it.
outside the scope of statistical error. Mad Dog, pick up that hat just so the audience
Well, it
knows.
could have changed. I was
Why?
looking away. You could have had her put different papers in there.
We're all
Yeah,
on camera.
Sleight of hand.
She's not.
We're all on camera right
Nor
now.
is the hat right now.
Yeah, honestly, I'm on Big T side on this.
Billy, don't.
All right,
don't
I'm
feed
going to
into this.
perform Watermelon Sunrise by Bobby Fino.
Hell yeah.
No, this has... I can't
That's
do
lit.
this one.
Just have words that you can't
Do
say.
you have ones that I can perform?
Yeah. Yeah. I have an entire EP that has no cuss words on it. And I didn't do it on purpose.
Swan
Oh, whoa.
featuring Xavier Omar. How's that one?
Yep, that's one. That's 0 cuss words.
I don't care about cuss words.
Oh, you care about the N-bomb.
Yeah, generally.
Well, Arian, if you tell
You will not get canceled
It-
singing.
if you
No, that's cap.
if
No,
if
no,
Big
that's
T
cap.
dropped an N
No. He's saying that song I could
No,
sing
Swan
without
don't
getting
have it.
canceled.
Oh, yeah.
Also, to verify voting, I see an Avery. I see an Arian.
Mhm.
I see a PFT.
Yep.
I see a Mad Dog.
Yep.
Wow.
Big T's just bitter. This is classic Big T right now.
But hey,
Classic-
T, at least you're just
classic
getting it
Big
out of the
TL.
way. You're getting it out of the way. We're all gonna have to do it.
I think this is bullshit. And is this I want to do a Bobby Fino song. I just have no clue how this like the tune goes at all.
Well, let's
You
we
have
can
to-
play it.
You
We're
can
not.
play it. That's
definitely-
karaoke.
Yeah. See, here's
Ooh,
here's
a
the
little
thing, Big
plug,
T.
a little music plug. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, let's
guys.
plug some
I like
music.
that. Y'all go on Spotify or Apple Music. Check out Bobby Fino. Matter of fact, I'm hyped actually. I haven't done any promo. I looked the other day and I got like 40,000.
I was actually just
Spotify.
fixing to ask if you had to guess how many monthly listeners you had, because that's higher than I would have guessed.
That's what I'm saying. I've done the last project I put out. All I did was post it on my Instagram. Like I just make music because I love making music. And so I was just checking the other day. I didn't even check it. I looked at what my top songs were just to see the rotation, and it said 40,000 monthly listeners. That's lit. I'm hype about that. That's
Watermelon
cool.
Sunrise has 1.1 million streams.
Yep, I made that beat too. Whoop.
Yeah, no,
It's good. It's good music. If you haven't checked it out,
music
if you like
is-
rap.
it's really good.
Little shameless plug. I think that's the only time I've ever plugged it on this podcast.
Okay, so I by the way, I'm looking up Billy's report of the large black cat sighting.
I blogged
Uh-oh.
it.
I mean, it sounds legit.
Yeah.
Send it to
dude,
the group. Send it to the
this
group.
is-
Send it
This
to the
this
group.
blussy's out there.
This blussy. The blussy's out there, boys.
Lil Bluesy. Lil Bluesy Vert.
Black Cat, Michigan. If I'm big on this. The Department of National Resources investing in large black cat sighting in Kopamish, northern Michigan. Yeah, and this this guy took a toolbox out there to like get the sizing, and it's as big as this table, is the length.
Mm-hmm.
So that's I'm big on that. I'm big on that. The blussy is real.
Yeah, it's called Gary Bluesy.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm excited. Everyone's like, because when you find out that something that science says wasn't real is real, like that gives you hope for like
Everything
Everything.
that you believe in that's bullshit is on the
Yeah.
table. Yeah.
everything. Like, oh, they're wrong about that.
Yep.
The Okapi, everyone thought the Okapi was a fake mythical beast that had legs of a zebra.
Gravity's not real, maybe.
Yeah.
You never know. All right, so here's how I think we should approach this week's Barstool Karaoke. So Big T obviously doesn't know any Bobby Fino songs. You're not familiar with the melodies. You're not familiar with the rhythm, anything like that. So it's going to be very tough for you to pull off without ever having listened to his song to do karaoke on one of them. So I nominate that you sing Garth Brooks,
I don't know any Garth Brooks songs. I've made my choice.
courtesy the Red, White, and Blue.
No, it's Swan by Bobby Fino or nothing.
But you don't know the song.
I think that makes it better. I want to support my.
Okay, all right, fine. Fuck it. Can we play it?
Yeah, I got it.
All right.
Let's
I'm gonna attempt to do a copyright strike if this goes on YouTube as well.
play it once through, and then we can cut that part out, and then we'll do it.
All right, Barstool Karaoke is back. We're about to get Big T all set up on the mic. Big T, how are you feeling?
Fine, whelmed.
You're just whelmed.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I should have said that in the merch meeting. We need a shirt that says "whelmed." I'm whelmed.
That is good. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think you were here for that PFT. You was gone. I was talking about how there was some dude there's a lady who asked her dad how he's feeling. He was like, "I'm whelmed." She's like, "What does that mean?" He's like, I'm whelmed." He's like, "You can't just be whelmed." He's like, "Of course you can." He's like, "You could be overwhelmed or underwhelmed, but I'm just whelmed."
That's
It was
great.
brilliant.
Whoa.
I like that. That's
Yeah.
when you're feeling good, right?
I have a boner.
It's just no. It's not when you're feeling good. It's just Jesus Christ.
It's mid.
It's just
fine.
when you feel. I'm chilling.
Do you have the
Well-
lyrics in front of you?
I think
Yeah.
Billy believes that you're at your like peak state whenever you have a boner. That just means that like that's when you're feeling all the emotions.
That's why Billy thinks girls are
Billy has
weird,
this, like-
'cause they
Yeah.
can't get
There's like this
boners.
inner frat boy in him that just wants to burst out at any
Inner?
moment and say
I've
something.
never been in a frat. I've never been in a
yeah,
frat.
yeah, that's a good point. Like
Does your school have fraternities?
Billy's low key, like kind of like a frat guy. Low key.
Oh,
Low-key.
1,000%.
Only a
What?
little bit,
I
though.
thought he was
Yeah, I've
one.
never been in a frat.
No, Billy played sports.
Not by your own choice.
But that's what I'm saying. I think he would have been a frat. If he didn't play sports, he would have been in a frat. He'd have been
Would
jumping
you have
off
been in a
roofs on the
frat?
tables and shit.
Would you have been in a frat if you didn't play sports?
No, they actively recruited us. And I was like, no. Fuck out of here. They got to spank you with paddles. They do have a kind of weird ass like tradition.
Actually, we might. There's a lot of weird. There's a lot of weird traditions in frats, but there's a lot of. I would actually like to know more about African American fraternities because they have some really cool stuff that they do that just like I see videos of and I'm like, what's
They
going on?
dances is hard. We used to go to their parties. Oh, we used to go to their parties. Was fire. The Q's had the Q dot was the Q dot Alpha Omega Psi. I'm not fucking about their letters, but it's Omega. they used to have these parties and they called oil spills. Oil spills is when it's basically jungle juice, and they just had like this big tub and they just put all kind of different liquor in that thing. I'm pretty sure you heard of jungle juice before.
Yeah.
No,
I've made some.
yeah. So and so we used to go to oil spills and people just get super lit. And then they do. They probably didn't do this at white parties, but in black college parties they used to do like line dances.
Yeah.
And so did they? Oh, they did that. I don't know.
Yeah,
No,
Square
no,
dance.
I've seen it. I've seen it. Yeah, no, yeah, we call it Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
similar.
So I didn't know about him, right? Because my dad was not in a fraternity and my mom wasn't in one. And so when I first went to college, like my first party, it was a Q party, and everybody dancing on a dance floor, and everybody's chilling, and all of a sudden the Qs line up, and it's around the whole dance floor. They line up and they get in line and they do like a little dance and they go and they they start doing their little moves and shit. And I didn't know what it was, and I was like, "Oh, this is fire!" So I hopped in line and started doing what they was doing, because what they were playing, what the Qs were playing was I think it's that who was it? Parliament. I think it was Parliament, where they bow wow wow you be yo you be a bow wow you be, y'all probably don't know that song.
yeah, I know that.
Yeah, it's from.
Okay, well that's their song.
What movie was that?
Bow
in?
wow, whoa, do.
Am I dumb to think that's in the Rugrats movie?
No, it's
might
in
have
it's in one of those.
It's like a '90s thing, and I can see it now, but I can't think of
feel
it.
like
No, they
might be in the-
were like a 70s group.
It's
is
a
it late
90s
70s, early-
movie.
I think it might.
Oh, okay, I got you.
No.
Yeah, but anyway,
There's
I hopped in line, and that's like considered like super disrespectful. It's called breaking the line, and I didn't know that. And so like we almost started like a football versus Q fight because I just hopped in line and I didn't know what was going on. But that it ended up being cool, but it was a rookie move. I didn't know that. But like all of them do that. So like they have deltas, they have AKAs, and they'll dance around the entire. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, it is cool. I went to a wedding, the one that I went to back in June. It was a all-black sorority member and an all-black fraternity member that got married. And so they had these traditions that they break out only for the weddings. And it was really cool. Like they did this whole song where all the girls got up and like walked around in a circle around the bride. And then a similar thing happened. They started playing swag surfing, and they just kicked everybody off the dance floor. And it was like, okay, this is just for the fraternity members. It was actually pretty
Swag
sick.
surfing?
Yeah, it was pretty sick.
That's for everybody.
Yeah, but no, it was just their song that they were to have nobody.
Specific. What frat was it?
I forget what frat he was in, but this probably wasn't so much a tradition as it was just like, we're going to do swag surfing now. Everybody get the fuck off the dance floor unless you're in this fraternity.
Right.
But yeah, it was cool. I agree with Billy. I want to talk to somebody that's been branded. That has
there's so much.
The Omega brand.
It's just one of those things that's novel because I don't know anything about it, and I'd like to learn more.
Yeah,
Willie Colon had it, I think.
I think he did. Yeah.
Yes.
It
He had
looks
it on his arm.
painful as shit.
Yep.
Apparently they
How
get
do
you.
they do that?
They do it stylishly. I know kids with frat brands, and they're just like terrible.
No, they get you.
They're on their ass.
They're like burnt onto.
They get you blind drunk, and then there's a ceremony around it, and they just brand the shit out of you.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't know about this? And some guys get
I
branded
thought
on
it
their
was like
ass.
some sort of a tattoo.
No, it's
a
literally-
brand.
Differently.
It's a brand like cattle.
Yeah.
Billy wants to be branded like it was like Blue Mountain State.
No, I've
Right on
seen
the
that
ass.
happen. I've seen dudes.
Billy
get-
wants to be branded.
I've seen
but
pledges get branded.
Blue Mountains, just like from the Coors bottle.
Yeah.
Just when my ass turns blue, that means I've got
You
diarrhea.
think if I could heat it up enough, I could just burn the Coors can on my ass?
That's actually, yeah, I can see Billy doing that.
Yeah.
I've never been branded.
Okay, so it is Coastal Karaoke. We're gonna do a Bobby Fino song, aka Arian Foster. Big T's gonna sing it because the hat game selected Big T. The hat doesn't lie.
I don't know how, but you rigged that.
I didn't rig it.
I picked
Billy picked it.
And I was like, if I pick Big T, this is going to, in my head, I was like, if I pick Big T, this is going to be like
The hat is.
everyone's
just-
going to think the hat is rigged.
It was rigged. I
It's
don't
like the
know
NBA.
how.
It's like the NBA lottery, like the Knicks folded.
Did we?
card.
The ice.
Hang
yeah.
on.
I wanted to see Avery sing because I thought it was
No,
a good.
Big T. There was no tomfoolery around this. This is a Big T's worldview in a microcosm right now. Big T. It happened fair and square. I'm sorry.
Dude, I didn't want to pick you.
That's what
I
someone
thought,
who made it not happen fair and square would say.
No, it's also
Big T,
something that
I thought he rigged it when I pulled it out. I was actually waiting for you to see it. When you said it was rigged, I was like, what? And then
I don't know
I
how
confirmed.
yet, but I'll get to the bottom. of
Okay,
it.
yeah, study the evidence. I want you to produce a documentary about how the hat was rigged, please. Very unfair.
Might be coming soon.
I
Big
Have
T,
to
you
sell
should
pillows, would you?
storm Billy.
storm.
It's a large hat. There was plenty of room for you to tuck it away somewhere and then whisper to Billy, "Hey, pick it's a
No,
hat."
How could I
swear
whisper
to
across
God.
the room? We're on microphones.
I don't know.
Big T live streaming him storming Billy's apartment.
I would. I have home defense systems.
You have a dog and Ben Mintz
You have a dog that likes to be pet and doesn't bark at people.
and a hedgehog.
The hedgehog's dangerous. It's
Do
an
you
attack
actually have a hedgehog?
I have an attack hedgehog. Yes,
It's
I
the
do.
first thing that you see when you go into Billy's apartment. This is hedgehog. Yeah,
It is. He's a very good
it's
hedgehog.
right there in the foyer.
I just imagine Big T walking through the front door because you know it's not locked, and then him just punting the hedgehog cage, like just.
I'd like to meet a hedgehog. Seems like a cool pet.
I should bring the hedgehog in one day.
Hey, you should.
I'll bring in for a
I-
macrodosing episode. He can just run around on the table.
No, well, let's keep him
Running
contained.
around on the table.
He's gotten very
Listen,
large.
Billy, part of my job on this show, well, most of my job is making sure that you don't fuck up the studio. And if you do, you know that like part of my take also records in here. We
Yeah.
can't just have you bringing in hedgehogs that will shit. Probably, if I were to bet, you'd put the hedgehog on the table and it would immediately like, take a crap on Big Cat's mic,
Yes.
and then Big Cat would have to suspend you, and I would have to stand behind him on that one.
You guys are hedgehog haters. Anyway,
Okay, so this is Swan by Bobby Fino featuring Xavier Omar as sung by Big T.
Well, we're gonna play it through once, and we'll cut
Okay.
this. We'll cut this part. I've never heard the
just
song
ruined it.
before,
actually, can we
dude.
have a listening? Can we have a listening party?
Okay, let's play
I've
through.
listened to some of Arian's music, but I kind of.
Oh my God. What are you about to put a D in there for, bro?
Adrian Foster.
I've known you over a year, Billy.
I
That's fucking
stumble on
ridiculous.
words.
Adrian Foster. I like that.
I got to the point in my life that where we're like, Adrian? I'm like, yeah, that's me.
Okay, so
sorry.
let's play it through
Hey, let me know when you play. I'm gonna listen to it with you.
right now.
Never heard it before.
That was really.
It was really
I
good.
liked it.
Arian's good.
I think you need. I don't think you need to promote your stuff more. That could easily.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
You should. You
at
actually
as
should.
you guys know, I'm on a very successful podcast with y'all, and I just promotion is just not a thing that I've ever been into. I've never promoted myself about anything. I just hate it. I hate self promotion.
That's why you need somebody else to stand on a table for you. I think that Big T should be the chief in charge of Arian Foster Bobby Fino music promotion.
I mean, he already thinks I'm fine, so
I don't hate it. That's not what I said.
He believes in half the product.
This is
Sure.
this is how Democrats rise to power.
Self promotion.
No, the way that he's changing things. What was said.
No, but that I didn't even for a second. I didn't know if it was you rapping in the beginning or if it was the person that's featured in the song, Xavier Omar. And I was like, wait, that's an awesome flow.
You ready?
I suppose.
I think if you sang the chorus,
Now let's do it. Big Billy, we need to work on you distracting from the flow of what's going on right now. Let's just let Big T cook, okay?
I'm sorry.
We've got something set up. Let's just let him roll.
Watch him go into an ad.
If I told you I ain't love you, just in love with this moment, does that automatically make us opponents? Do I do with these roses? We part them like Moses. Please pardon this notice, but some women would appreciate the fact that I've taken this onus. I own it, but it's my fault, but you're dead, and you pay with regret. Remember that day we met? Me neither. It's way cheaper to forget, ain't it? I know the truth is more tainted than these pictures we painted. I hate it. You playing plaintiff and you got me on trial. Like every move I make, you got it on file. Like that's a healthy way to live. Always checking where I'm is. You really being true to that thing sitting in your ribs. You can't love nobody else till you and your man take a walk. Or is that silicone too close to your heart? I know that probably stings, but you're out here chasing rings like Sonic. But all the problems that it brings. It's never fair. You give me something I like. But first you gotta love yourself. I'm trying to show you the light. It's something that a lot of people know, but it's something we all see. It's something not a lot of people show, but it's something we all need. We all need. We all get, we all get.
Oh, hey,
That was
hey,
good.
hey, you did that.
Thank you.
You did that shit.
I love
Oh.
this song. I'm gonna go listen to all of Arian's music tonight.
That was
that's
impressive. One listen through, not even a full listen through, and Big T he nailed it.
That was one of my
nailed
favorite
that
moments.
shit. Hey, he has a nice voice.
I
too,
knew
man.
you killed the chorus.
Big T's
See
got
what
it.
happens?
course.
Like let Big T cook a little instead of just doing what PFT wants to do all the time, and maybe some good things will come out of it.
I was trying to make you cook. Big
don't
T,
know.
you didn't even want to
Big
do
T-
this.
Big
If
T
it
just
wasn't for me
spanked
leaning on you, you wouldn't have even done it in
Big
the
T
first
just
place.
put you over his leg and spanked you.
No, I agree
just got
100%.
spanked.
Let Big T cook, but I was trying
right.
I was trying to put you in a position to cook.
All right.
And you resisted it every step of the way. But I'm so glad that you did that.
He gave you all the
because
ingredients.
It was beautiful. Yeah, exactly. I just gave you the ingredients.
He
and I said,
preheated the oven.
yeah.
yeah.
I think Arian and Big T now have to make a accidental racist type song where Big
Okay.
T's on the
No.
Big T's on the chorus.
You took it too far, bro.
Yeah.
Aaron, we
You
have a
took it too
couple
far.
months. Let's collab on a Christmas song.
Oh, yeah.
I actually have a Christmas song in storage. Fire.
Does it need a hook song?
I got the hook, but you definitely. How about some background vocals? I'm down with that.
Absolutely.
That'd be
Let's do it.
sick.
Yeah.
I'm
I
so
like
down
that.
with
What's it called?
that. I don't have a name for it yet.
Okay. We'll
I mean,
work
but
on that.
it's gonna have some Christmas. I don't know. And my Christmas. Have I showed you on my Christmas playlist?
No.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing, right?
It's just top tier. It's
Yeah.
just top tier.
Yeah, so maybe we'll record something in Tennessee. A little bit, like little 1 minute song.
Tennessee
Yeah.
Christmas.
I wonder if we can find a recording studio.
For sure.
Why can't we do it in the office we have that has places to record things?
In
How
here?
about
Well, no,
this?
we're
How
all
about this?
together.
Fly to Houston. I got a recording studio right this wall right here. Past this wall, that's where I record all my shit. You can come here. Y'all make a trip to Houston.
I'll
We can
do
do a
that.
Houston live Houston show. How about that?
Yeah.
I've
And
never-
y'all,
I've
all
never
y'all
been
can stay
to-
at the crib. I got 6 rooms, player. Let's get it.
That actually sounds amazing. We should do that.
When
And-
your TV comes in.
Yeah. Why, here's what we'll
Yeah,
watch
I got you.
Avatar
That's
on
fair.
your TV.
That's fair.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
go. Let's
that's
go in.
lit.
I don't know when Avatar comes out, but isn't it December?
No, not in
Yes, December
Yeah.
22nd, player.
this
Oh,
year.
so it's too close
And if-
to Christmas.
And if
though.
there's anybody that's involved in the Avatar movie out there that listens to the podcast and wants to give me your most loyal patron, a pre-look at the movie, I wouldn't be mad at that. Just
So
throwing
we'll
that
come
out
to
there.
Houston before that, and then you come to New York then, and we'll watch the movie.
I'm lit. Let's do it. Oh wait,
Is
hold
it
on.
gonna
But
be
this is
long?
talking about y'all. This is talking about y'all traveling again, which is obviously not going.
I'll come. I don't give a
Wait,
shit if
is-
anybody else comes.
Is the movie
Let's do it.
pretty long? Like
I don't
a lot of
know.
people fall asleep during long movies. You know what I do when
Oh,
I
I
fall
knew
asleep
it.
during long movies? Sometimes I drink a C4 Smart Energy. C4 Smart Energy tastes great without compromise, containing no zero sugar, carbs, or artificial flavors and colors. It provides focus and energy for super brain performance. Brain health nutrition with cognizin supporting mental focus, attention, and recall. Plant-based energy using Innovate Tea, a naturally derived green tea extract caffeine source. Supercharged focus meets the energy rush of C4 Energy minus the tingles. Maximize your performance is as much mental as it is physical. C4 Smart Energy boosts your mental focus and helps you get your head in the game with a blend of clinically studied ingredients like Cognizin and Innovate Tea. Get C4 today at Amazon.com. That's what would keep me up during the long Avatar movie.
So I actually had C4 today before I went to the gym, not to brag, but I had the C4 that doesn't have the carbonation in it. I didn't know that existed. I'm addicted to that. Like, not actually addicted. It's not
It looked
literally
different.
addictive.
You put it on your Instagram. It looked different.
Yeah, it's different, and it's better if you're going to be doing a cardio, I think, because it doesn't have the bubbles. So shout out C4. I actually had one of those this morning as opposed to my usual one. But yeah, so
There's a dude. I went to the gym last night, and there's no lie. There was a dude who was by the what are those? The fly machine.
yeah,
And he just had an open can of C4 by him while he was. I'm like, that's what I've never seen a can in a gym before, but I mean, whatever floats your boat, my G.
Legend. I'm in the process of talking to an Instagram bot right now.
How's that going?
It's going well. So they replied to my photo. I'm paying off the debts of the first 5 people to message me with depressed. And so I just sent this guy a DM saying depressed. He said, "Where are you from?" "From Canada." "Are you interested in making some money?" "Yeah." "Are you going to pay off my debts?" "Sure." "Do you have a checking account?" Not to brag, but yes. "What bank?" And so I'm asking him, instead of paying my bank, just pay the person directly that I owe. And I'm waiting to hear back from him on that one because I'm going to fucking end him when he says, "Okay, I'll pay the person that you owe."
I have a few of those. I fuck with these people all the time.
It's good. It's a good thing to waste their time.
I love to fuck with
so
cold
fun.
colors.
Yeah.
Because something in my brain says that I can say and do whatever I want to them because it was you can just like really roast them.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Yo, I want to get y'all's take on this. All right, so yesterday I came across this tweet. It's this lady that said, "My family is currently in a heated argument." She said, "You're back in high school. What folder colors do you assign for your classes?
I
The
saw
subjects
this.
are math, science, English, and history. And the colors are blue, red, yellow, and green."
Yep.
And I chose. So for me, I did math. Math when I hear math, I just feel red. I don't
Yeah,
know why.
incorrect.
Feel,
Incorrect.
No, that's
feels red.
Incorrect.
Science to me is blue because
Incorrect.
you study the natural earth. It's sky and the ocean is obviously, blue tint or the perception of. So science is blue. English is green to me because I picture some dude like writing a poem under a tree or some shit like that. You know what I mean? So that's green, right? And then yellow is history because I think of like all of the ancient Egypts and Rome's and like Mesopotamia and all the scrolls you find have like a yellow tint to them and all that. So I just feel it's yellow. But like the comments I got, I put it on my gram too. The comments I got, like people feel so strongly about it. Like, and it's interesting hearing people's reasoning. So what do y'all got?
So PFT
Against subjects: math, science, English, history, red, blue, green, yellow.
Math for sure red.
No, PFT and I are on the same page on this, and this is the explanation that I put out. History. Now let's get it all out before there's any contest. History is red because history is written in blood.
history's red.
Rome, red. A lot of red in history. Red is used throughout. Name any historical thing. Red is involved.
It's got red.
Science
It's
is
such a bold claim
Yeah.
to make, but I'm just backing it up. Any
Science-
historical thing has red.
Science is green.
Yep.
For chlorophyll.
Yep.
Chlorophyll,
Plants.
green science.
Plants. Studying biology.
Every
biology's
science,
green as shit.
every science textbook
Algae,
has some sort of green.
Green. Trees, green.
Math is blue because all of the Texas Instruments have some sort of blue incorporation in all of their calculators. And
Ooh, that was the
blue-
weakest explanation.
No,
No, I
Pythagoras-
just used
yellow,
to,
too.
I used to pick blue just because blue is my favorite color, and I hated math, so it would make me hate math a little bit less if I gave it my favorite color.
also Pythagoras, blue is in a lot of math textbooks. Blue is there.
You just named somebody and said blue is in a lot of math.
Pythagoras,
Yep.
Archimedes, blue, because they're all just sitting and they're all wearing blue robe. Blue's involved. English, yellow, because there's tons of books with yellow on the front. Every like English book I had always had yellow.
Mhm.
Yellow is the most feminine of all those colors in English. Is I find feminine.
What's
Now we're getting into some weird
What?
shit. This is where Billy starts tipping his toe. into
Why
themselves.
is yellow a feminine color?
Well, no, it's more that all my English teachers were women, so it was always a feminine class in my reptile brain.
So you're also saying that it sounds like you're saying that English is weak,
Yes,
and you associate being weak with being feminine.
sexism, bro.
Yeah.
Billy,
You could have just yes would have been a funny answer,
No,
but then you made it worse.
no, but pen is mightier than the sword. So it's no, but remember, we're children when we're talking about this. So
you're not right now, though.
I know, but like these associations
you
are
just
from.
all the things you gave were like history is written in blood. You thought that as a 7-year-old?
Yeah, dude.
No, you didn't.
I mean, he was buying tickets as a 9-year-old.
That's
Yeah.
true. I guess when you're
People
roaming through
forget my
Times Square
independence.
solo, you grow up quick.
you have time to think.
I agree with Billy, but for completely different reasons from everything that he just said. But his colors are correct. That's easy. That's an easy one for me. What about you, Big T?
Math
Yeah.
red. English was always blue to me. English just screams blue.
Math red.
Yeah, red is a very stern color. It's cut and dry.
Yeah.
Like math.
Like
Math
history.
is there is no ambiguity.
Uh-huh.
Red correlates to math. English was just always blue because it's I don't know, English just has blue vibes. And then science green.
Yep.
And then what was the other one? History.
History.
Yellow.
I guess I
Huh.
never really had but yeah, yellow it goes with history.
I was gonna say when Billy first gave me this hypothetical yesterday, I was gonna say orange would be history, if I had to pick one, but that's not one of the options that we have.
Yeah, that wasn't the option. If it was the option, I would have given science purple if that was the option.
I would have given.
I don't hate that.
I would have given math black because it's very black and
Mine
white.
was black. Black was
If there was
math
real
for me.
colors, black would have been math.
Arian, as a musician, do you associate different colors with different chords? Because I do.
Yeah. Well, just in general, right? Like if I don't have synesthesia to the extent synesthesia for people that don't know, synesthesia is like where people can close their eyes and they hear music and they see colors in their head. Like it's a real thing. So if they hear a C note, they can see that. Like I have it to like a very small degree where it's like if I close my eyes, like I see like colors and patterns like swirling when music is playing. It's really odd.
Mhm.
I didn't know what it was until I saw that definition. But like I said, I don't have it to the extent of that, but I definitely hear music and see colors in my head. It's pretty dope.
Yeah. When I think of chords, I think of a G chord, and that a G chord is orange. It's always been orange.
Yeah, that's green. It's green to me, not because of the letter association though.
D is green to me. And then E
I'd have
is
to hear it. I don't have perfect pitch. I'd have to hear it.
E is blue. It's like a bluish purple. C is yellow, but like a kind of a burnt yellow.
see
A
that.
is red. And those are the big ones for me. But I've always had those. Whenever I hear or see those chords or play those chords, like I'm actively thinking about that in my head. It's like, oh, this is red. It's wild.
That's pretty cool, actually.
And
That's
I
really
felt like I was always a weirdo, and then I got a little bit older and I found out that some other people do it too, and I'm like, okay, so I guess I'm not
dope. Yeah,
completely insane.
And if you look at like people who have Alzheimer's and they can't remember anything, they don't know their family, they don't know anything. They just day to day, they just don't even know their names. You play them music from their era and they remember every word. They light up and they start crying. It's the most amazing thing. Like the neural connectivity that happens when music is played in our brains is so fascinating. That's a real thing.
There's a couple videos that have gone viral on TikTok of this guy who his grandpa's a big Manchester City fan. They live in England. And he took him to the last game of the season last year and then the first game of the season this year after he like went viral. And the grandpa has Alzheimer's, like on the car ride over, doesn't remember his grandson. And then they get into the stadium and he knows every song that like all the fans sing.
Oh wow,
It's super cool.
that is awesome.
Yeah. Really makes you think, man, like how music is like, correlated to mental health and how important it is to our happiness. Because also food, when you think about it, even though it's bad, but like a lot of it is bad. Like when you look at how much food is correlated and music is correlated to like significant events in our lives, like a game or a birthday or a holiday or something like that. It's all like they're very specific things that are correlated to it, which it directly affects our happiness. This shit is fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
That just made me hungry.
My grandma had dementia, and she used to, she wouldn't remember anything. Like, wouldn't remember, like conversation we had 2 minutes ago. She would remember beef she had with people from like 30 years ago.
Oh, the emotional connection.
She would like tell me about how she was like, oh yeah, I got kicked out of this place one time, or like all this stuff. Like, oh, I evaded this tax. Like I did tax fraud with these people. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But like couldn't remember like what she had was eating in front of her.
Serious emotion can cause you to have more more memory of things. That's why a lot of people who are very like, we talked about different sports fans, and certain like a lot of gamblers have much more vivid memories of sporting events
Because they remember like, oh, I bet the over.
Yeah, which is very cognizant of like people who can remember all these games, all these moments. Like, there's a lot of people in this building who can remember a lot of stuff just because of the action on it.
Right.
Yeah, if you can associate an emotion or a feeling to something, you're definitely more likely to remember that feeling that you had, which anchors the fact or the instance that went on. All right, well, this has been a great nanodosing.
Do you want a beef or no?
I want a
tier.
beef. I want a beef. I missed beef last week. I heard people were beefing.
Do we have
with me.
time? Do we have time, Arian?
Yeah, I got a little bit of time.
Okay, let's
Or do
do
we
a
want to
beef.
have people that specifically want to beef with Billy?
Let's just
I'm-
let's just don't listen. Billy's just going to yell at him like he did last time.
Well, that was one time.
Just pick somebody that's got a good beef.
Yeah,
We'll do
a
one
good
beef. We'll do one special beef.
It's got to be good.
All beef.
All beef, no breaks, huh, Billy?
A guy was beefing last week and I missed it.
Yeah, that was a real one too. You said you was soft.
I know.
He did say you were soft. How do you feel about that?
Well, I hope he comes back. Wow, was that already a week ago?
Yeah.
I'm also, time flies when you're having fun, Billy.
Mm.
Yo, I'm also going back and forth on Twitter with people about this whole dead before you're alive thing.
I know. I keep getting the mentions for it.
Yo, I'm even more so. I've talked myself into it even more because I was just really going off the definition, right? But now that I'm really thinking about it, I'm actually believing this shit. Because one of the dudes said, in order for something to be inanimate, it has to be something physical before you're alive. There's nothing physical, and that's just patently not true. There's no such thing as nothing. Like, you were before you were born, but the arrangements of your atoms were not.
It's
Dead.
Like, it's like what's the thing? It's like matter cannot be created or destroyed.
Created or destroyed. Everything, like I think I said in that pocket, everything that was in existence or will be in existence is already physically here. There's no energy that can be created inside of this universe. So, dead. Fascinating.
By the way, did you guys see that all these new IRS agents that are getting armed
Yeah, would you just send
and
us?
trained? Big T, you probably know about this, right?
I haven't kept up with it diligently, but
The IRS has hired around 200,000 individuals to be trained with firearms for seizing assets and taxes.
I don't think that that's entirely true.
Well, look at the video I just sent you. These guys
I know. I saw a video.
they're training people. Little secret police action.
Yeah, I don't think that it's.
It looks like a Comedy
it-
Central sketch.
It's not what Billy's making it out to be.
Little. Let's go take.
They hired. So how many did you say they hired? Because they hired 87,000 people.
yeah, it was like 90,000 or something.
87,000 people. But as far as which ones are going to be armed, I don't think
All of them.
No, not even close.
87,000.
Not that won't be all armed. Where are you seeing that they'll be all armed? I bet you $100,000 that it's a fraction of that's going to be armed.
Let me see.
Yeah, we have tow truck drivers that are armed. It's not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, but that's.
And let's not act like the IRS agents haven't been armed this entire time, because IRS agents do carry weapons. Some of them. I'm not talking about
The auditors?
I'm not talking about the tax auditors. No, but Billy, where are you seeing that the auditors will be carrying guns now?
That'd be lit. I see you tried to
IRS
write off this KFC receipt in September of '96.
IRS job description was edited to remove deadly force requirement.
All right, but still, you haven't answered my question. You're
So
finding
in the
you're finding
original
news
job
for people that are trying to get you
in
mad.
the original job listing.
Answer the question, Billy. How many of them are going to be armed? Find me a fact. Give me a fact of how many. Because I think 2 seconds ago,
Okay, no.
you said
I found it.
200,000
I found it.
armed IRS agents will be given guns and they're training them.
87,000.
So 87,000 are being hired.
listing.
Billy,
There's a job listing.
Billy, you're not listening
I'm
to
listening.
me.
I'm
No, you're
looking
not,
at it. I'm
because you're
looking at
talking.
it. I'm
87,000 new agents. That sucks. I'm not saying that's a good thing at all. But also, it does not say that 87,000 of them will be armed.
the job listing.
Yeah,
That is for those 87,000 people they're looking to hire.
for all of them. They're hiring 87,000 people for the exact same position.
Around the country.
you're saying that this job posting that you saw, this one that you've seen, is a job listing for all 87,000 new hires.
Okay. A screenshot appearing to be from an actual IRS job description has gone viral online because of its alleged requirements. A new
Okay.
agent applying for the position must carry a firearm and be willing to use deadly force if necessary.
Okay, so it sounds like the IRS maybe is hiring for a position where you have to have a gun. On what planet does that mean that all 87,000 are hiring for this exact same position?
Well, so they said they were going to hire new people, and this
Yeah.
was the only new job listing.
That's the only one that the IRS has put online is the one that you see right there that
which
was
they've
taken
now
down.
deleted.
That's the only job listing that they
look,
had.
I'm just saying, what do you think it's about?
You're just making stuff up right now. That's
What do
that's
you
what
think it's
we've
about?
figured out.
What did I make up?
You're making up that
I got the number wrong. I because I didn't pull it up yet. I was trying to fill some dead air while we're finding beef.
You have zero context behind that job listing, and you're talking like it's first. You said 200,000 people
because
that they're giving guns
I just
to.
had to look at. I was trying to fill some dead air, so I found something.
Okay.
So then I had to look up the actual number.
Listen, I don't like the IRS. I think they suck ass, but also let's not act like Joe Biden is making.
Who mentioned Joe Biden? This never became about Joe Biden.
I'm saying let's not act like
Are
Joe
you
Biden.
defending Joe
No,
Biden?
I fucking hate Joe Biden, but let's not act like he's creating a Gestapo of IRS agents.
And
let's not act like the
mentioned Joe
IRS
Biden.
hasn't existed for
That's what
years.
the
and
tweet
years.
said that you sent.
Yeah.
I never mentioned Joe
The
Biden.
tweet that you sent says Joe Biden is sending these nerds after you over your Venmo balance. So I'm just saying, don't be a fucking idiot, Billy.
All task.
Speaking of Billy being a fucking idiot.
Oh, excuse me, Mad Dog.
Sorry.
Jeez.
Sorry.
Jeez.
That had some vitriol
Yeah,
behind
where
it. That
the fuck
wasn't
that
even
come
about me,
from?
and I'm mildly offended.
Hey, let her talk. I'm with her. What you gotta say, man?
I didn't say it. Someone wants to beef with Billy about his concussion take.
Okay, yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah.
this was taken
Yeah,
way
speaking
out
of
of
Billy being
context.
a
Yeah.
fucking idiot.
Well,
Yeah.
no,
Let's do
this
it. Let's
concussion
hear it.
take was that literally.
Hey,
I
hey,
believe
our
concussions
audience
are
have
real.
heard it. I want to hear what they beef is about. With
Okay,
you,
I'll
bro.
talk.
Let's hear them out.
This will be our one beef for today.
I don't disagree with what this person's probably going to say because what I said, I didn't.
All right, so Billy,
Describe.
the answer to your question is, because I did look it up on Fox News.
So
the IRS has criminal investigation. Like you admit that that's probably something the IRS should have, is a criminal investigation branch for things that are like real fucking deep. And the job listing that they have, it copies the same language that other law enforcement agencies such as the FBI, same language the FBI would have.
Okay.
It's for their special criminal investigation unit at the top, where you've got agents that are in fact law enforcement officers that have weapons, that have service weapons.
Okay.
And it's not for all 87,000 at all.
Mm.
Just saying.
This is why I bring it up so we can clear these things up.
Okay, I'm glad that we cleared things up. But listen,
Debunk me,
It-
PFT. Debunk me.
my source is Fox News on this one. So I'm just saying that, like, okay, the IRS sucks. Yes, I agree. Joe Biden sucks. Yes, I agree. But people are acting like the people that the IRS are hiring, like there's going to be stormtroopers going into your office because you Venmo'd somebody in your fantasy football league and they're going to pull a gun on you.
Well,
like that's,
soon enough.
I think you kind of want that to happen in a weird way. I feel like it's like a fantasy that some people have, like, oh my God, they're coming after me. They're gonna shoot me because I paid my bookie. It's like a certain part of you wants that to be the truth so you can get mad about it. It's weird.
Hello, Confused Zoo.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Yo, who are we talking to here?
This is Brian.
What's up, Brian?
How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you guys doing?
Doing
Where you
great,
from,
man.
gangster? Where you from?
I'm from Richmond, Virginia. Nothing too special about it, but pretty good place.
I got some people from there for sure. What's the beef, my guy?
I want to start off with saying I do have beef with everybody on the show that actually hasn't seen Ready Player One.
Right.
I know that is a great, entertaining show or movie, and I think Arian said it like to join about 100,000 times, and nobody's watched it. So that's it's kind of shitty that nobody's taken his take on that because it's actually a great movie. I do have beef with Billy. First off, fuck you, Billy. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I guess I don't really understand what your take on concussions is, but I think you grossly oversimplified what concussions are. Like, I think you're just you got your bell rung kind of guy.
No.
And in all honesty, and in all honesty, it's like way more than that. Maybe you think you got to get knocked out and throw up and shit like that. But if you actually do some real research, there's actually a lot more to concussions than just being hit really hard and then falling down and passing out. Like soccer headers, you got, obviously boxers, football players, even those little tiny hits to the head are still classified as concussions. And there's a study in Stanford. They did a generic running play with offensive linemen.
Subconcussive
it was the
blows.
equivalent of smashing your car into a wall going 35 miles an hour. So if that doesn't classify as a concussion and resulting in what concussions are, because the definition is a violent jolt to the brain. I just want to hear what you have to say about that. But
I've
you
read
grossly oversimplified it.
I've read the studies about repeated subconcussive blows, and I'm pretty sure that Stanford study you're talking about talks about subconcussive blows and repeated subconcussive blows, which I agree is not good over a long period of time and will result in probably, a lot of damage. Totally agree with that. When I was talking about basically
Billy hates this one person that he went to school with who was assigned to be on his team in class, and then she was going to do all the work, and then she took off like 2 weeks because she had a concussion, and then Billy couldn't make her do all the work for him. And so that became a big national pandemic that we're dealing with people faking concussions. I think am I way off base on that one, Billy?
No, the concussion stuff, I totally believe that, concussions are real. I believe that, a concussion being basically people assume every time they hit their head, they have a concussion. I think, can we agree that maybe not every time you hit your head, you get a concussion? Can we find some common ground there?
You're just going back to your old take.
I think it's better to assume that you do rather than assume that you don't.
So when you're walking,
better safe than sorry,
So when you're I'm a tall guy, I accidentally hit my head a lot when I'm walking through old doors or up old stairways that
how fucking dumb are you?
What?
You constantly hit your head on doors.
That happens a lot.
Situationally unaware of where you're walking.
Okay, let's be real here. There's a lot of old things that you let's say you're walking in a bar and it's like an older bar and you're looking and you it's like watch your head. They have all those signs and stuff.
Dude,
you sometimes hit your head. It's not all the time. It's maybe 3 times
You're
a year.
not 6'7", Billy.
But there are.
Yeah, how
They
tall
put
are
their
you?
signs up for people like you, Billy.
All right, but let's be real. If I hit when you hit your head on a cabinet 'cause you don't realize it's open, is that a kink? And it hurts, but you go around I'm just saying that the fact that every single
Has anybody
hit.
ever hit their head on a cabinet door and said they had a concussion?
Yes,
For real.
dude.
Have you?
You just said that every jolt to the brain is considered a concussion.
Yeah, Billy, that's not a jolt. A jolt is a violent swing of
soccer.
I
Those
know,
are
but
technically concussions with heading technique.
So every
You're talking
time a
about,
soccer player heads a ball, it's a concussion?
It's a jolt to the brain, which is what the definition of a concussion is.
So
I think that you grossly oversimplified it, which I get what you're saying, but
so I grew up
speaking, that's what a concussion is.
So I grew up in a very I'm 23 years old. The concussion movie came out when I think I was a freshman in high school. Concussions were all the rage when I grew up. So I'm sort of probably on the other end of the spectrum where I saw the pendulum swing the total other way and saw that this was maybe getting a little out of hand.
Concussions are too cool now.
Yeah, so that's the only thing I was trying to say when I made that one statement on concussions. I'm glad we're clearing this up,
Billy,
because
what you're
I've
not realizing is, so I'm a little bit older than you, and I grew up through the 90s. I was playing youth sports all throughout the 90s, and every other sport that I played besides football, we all knew about concussions, and we knew how bad they were. And if you had a concussion, it's you're not going back in the game. You're sitting out until you're symptom-free. That's what it was like in baseball and basketball and soccer for me growing up. Football was the only sport where they just pretended that it didn't exist. And then in the mid to late 90s, the NFL was well, with everything that we know that's come out these last couple of years about concussions, it's no, that's bullshit. Every other sport knew that it was bad except for football. Football coaches just pretended it didn't exist. And then the lawsuits started, and then it became an issue where they had to acknowledge it. And so they had to talk about it a lot. I don't think that anybody thought that they were being cool because they had a concussion.
No,
there
that's
might
what
be
I'm
some
saying.
examples of
There's
players that didn't want to play, that just said that they had a concussion, but like that's who cares about that? If you have any sort of brain injury, this is something where when you get a little bit older, you'll look back and you'll be like, yeah, we should have been more careful, not less careful with our brains.
I'm very sort of concerned about my own brain when it comes to head trauma and stuff. But the thing is, what I'm really trying to say is because of how concerned we are, if you were malicious and wanting to get out of school, get out of
malicious
activities,
to skip school,
it's very easy to like fake a concussion because of how far it's gone.
What are we? Let me ask you this, Billy. What are we losing by people faking concussions? What is the drawback from that? Like, what is like if people don't stop faking concussions, here's what's gonna happen.
No, I mean that's my only comment was like they put people in concussion protocol for getting hit in the head with like a basketball from a rebound. Like,
my guy, answer the question. What are we losing?
Nothing. I just made an offhand comment. Now, the athletic trainers used to love me because I referred to them by their proper nomenclature, athletic trainer, which they were like, thank you for using the right nomenclature.
What do other people call them?
Well, it's a very big issue in the athletic trainer culture that they are athletic trainers.
As opposed to what?
I forget the other word, but it's like demeaning. So shout out to all the athletic trainers, but then they all turned on me when they heard like my one offhand comment about concussions. No, I totally believe concussions are a huge issue. We're probably going to learn much more about them in the future. And hopefully we have much better treatment for neurological issues. And I think we're going to be progressing in that realm. I'm sorry, I pissed everyone off about my concussion take. It's just like I've had, friends who have done it, know people who have done it. Like, I got a test tomorrow. I'm so fucked. I'm just going to fake concussion. It's just become an easy excuse.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. I think it's all relative, because like, think of it like people that are like boxers all the time, like they get hit in the head all the time and don't have concussions. But like, if I went into a boxing ring and got hit, I'd probably be immediately concussed where that average hit wouldn't concuss the person that's used to it. So I think, maybe you have a thick head, like no offense, I'm just saying, but like, maybe you could take it better than somebody else that could get hit in the head doing the exact same thing. But it doesn't mean that like, just because you went through something similar that they like both of you guys didn't get concussed or like the definition of a concussion. But I mean, I guess I see what you're saying. I mean, at least you understand the importance of,
yes, I
getting
do.
down, getting it right.
Perfect.
Okay.
I've taken the impact test. I mean, the impact test is honestly, I want to find my impact test scores from high school and then take it again and see what's going on, if I've gotten worse or improved.
There's a problem with those too, because I think I said it before, but I got a concussion, an obvious concussion during, we were playing twice. Once when I played the Colts, and then another time when I played Eagles. And I had an obvious concussion. I my head got hit, and I was like, "Oh, this is definitely a concussion." Like, it was just the bell was rung. I forgot. Like, it took me a while to come to, and so they took me in for evaluation. But somehow, some way, I was able to remember those tests because it's the same tests that I've been taking since I was in the league. Matter of fact, since I was in college, and so I just memorized the test. And so I was cleared to play again because I just recognized the pattern. I knew what that right answers were.
Yeah,
that's
what I did.
That needs to change. Yeah,
I have a history of concussions. Before every year, they would give you a test, and for like 8 years when I was playing, I just literally memorized everything they asked, and then I got cleared. But I like pretty much wasn't cleared in real life. But you could fake it.
Yeah, so that's why.
Are you guys talking about the baseline is different than the test that they test you afterwards? Because I remember.
So they do. No, I'm saying they do the baseline, and it's the same thing as when you're in concussion protocol when they take you off the field. It's the same one. That's what the baseline.
I'm gonna
is
have
for.
to push back. Yeah, but I remember the tests. And I'm gonna have to push back.
I was in the NFL.
I know. I took the test as well, but I'm pretty sure there was the same figures they used, the same tests, but the sequences were different.
Mine was the exact same. I'm talking about the same patterns, little figure eight things with the arrow. Like they made it flipped it in certain ways, but it's the exact same test.
But yeah,
much so as that I knew it from memory. And I knew I had a concussion. There were things I couldn't remember about myself, but this specific thing I could recall like that.
No, but that's like saying that it was the same, the same letters, but they're rearranged different ways. But they said different.
But he recognized
sentences.
the pattern, is what he's saying. So you
saying.
were able to like game the system a little bit, and this is why it's
Yes.
kind of tricky. And sometimes people think that the scientists are like going overboard or whatever. But the fact is that the players themselves in most sports are going to just say that they don't have a concussion and try to game the system. And so you need it to be a little bit more stringent to make them tell the truth about it, because they won't protect themselves. Because in the moment, if you're a good football player, chances are you want to stay in the game. You want to keep contributing. You might be, if you're in the NFL, if you miss time, that means missed money in future contracts.
100%. Not only that, there's no matter what the mental stigma around the NFL likes to pretend, it's always looked at as soft if you're not on the field. Like,
Honestly,
looked at like soft.
I totally agree with all this sentiment. Let me just put it in a different way that maybe so. Sickness is a very serious issue. Stomach bugs, people can die of dehydration. Diarrhea.
Bad analogy. I'm from
But-
stop you before you
but
say bad analogy.
When you hear someone, like, oh, I have a stomach ache,
Yeah.
like it's stomach aches are taken very seriously.
But if you practice on a stomach ache and shit yourself, that doesn't mean
You
that
could die.
like,
No, I'm just
that doesn't
saying
mean
it's
20
like,
years
it's
from now
being-
you're
That's what I said.
the
It's
stomach's
very
gonna
bad
dissolve.
No,
analogy.
but your stomach ache is like, can be used as an excuse. That's all I was pointing out, that it's like you can
bad.
it's
bad
a
analogy.
new excuse in this day and age.
this is going to be something where, like, I guarantee you 15 years from now, Billy's going to have a 180 degrees different take on this.
Well, I won't be able to remember any of your names.
No,
so.
that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that when you look back on things and you realize that you playing sports as a youth and going through high school and college isn't the most important thing that you'll ever do.
But it's not.
You'll have I'm just saying you'll have a different perspective
I
on it.
have the exact same perspective as you guys. I'm just saying
No,
that
you definitely don't.
I do. I 100% do. It's very serious. I'm just saying people fake. That's the only thing I was trying to point out, was that people fake it to get out of things. That's
Okay,
all I was
all right.
saying.
So maybe you have some people faking it, but people are going to fake everything. So
Yeah, that's what it's a new fake thing.
Okay.
New faking thing.
okay.
That's all I was saying. I totally agree about all these subconcussive blows. I'm a big proponent of the Guardian caps. I think I like.
making shit up, a new faking thing.
It's just like
Avery, from a hockey perspective, are people out there faking concussions left and right?
No.
that's hockey.
I think some hockey players might hide concussions to keep playing.
Right.
But they never fake them.
Yeah.
Avery, did you? Ever go
And
to-
listen, I'm not like even blaming the players that hide concussions. I think I would probably do the same thing if I were playing hockey at a high level. Like it's natural. If you're
That's what I'm saying.
a competitor, if you're good, you probably will do that. So
Especially-
that's why we need to have the standards be like so rigorous that you
But
can't
also the feel around it, right? Because there's no incentive to having a concussion from like if you're like a player on the bubble, right? Like when I was playing, if I was to set out a couple games, they'd be like, okay, you're under concussion protocol, right? Man, I've had soft tissue injuries before where I've had my coach and my GM coming to me and be like, yo, it's about time you get back on the field. Like they don't give a fuck about your health at all. You know what I mean? So there's no incentive as a young kid trying to get money and trying to make lifelong sustaining money to tell the truth if you really got your belt wrong, but you could still, I might not know, I might not be able to do simple math in that moment, but this play that I've been practicing for an entire year, I could do without thinking about it. You know what I mean? Like the reactionary of getting out of somebody's way when somebody's coming at you, all the elements you need to play your particular sport. There's no incentive to stop doing that and protect your mental health. That's the issue behind it. And the NFL doesn't. No matter how much they push, they don't see it that way. Coaches don't see it. GMs don't see it because there's somebody behind you. It's a business. There's somebody behind you that will get the job done.
It's also different now because they have the concussion spotters. So in hockey, like if a goalie gets ran and his eyes are like twitching any bit, he'll get pulled off the ice.
Mm-hmm.
And they obviously don't want to get pulled out of the game, so they might just, try to hold off until the end at least.
I totally agree with all of you guys at this point, on this point. But the only thing I was pointing out, the dog ate my homework, right?
How many
That
times
was an
has this
excuse.
happened to you? Because it sounds
No,
like it's a prevalent
It's
problem.
because we're talking
Yeah,
about it. Because I'm trying to
it's a
explain to you guys. I'm trying to explain to you guys my point. So the dog ate my homework. Okay, that excuse doesn't work anymore because it's so worn out. What's a new excuse? Oh, my Wi-Fi was out all night. That's all I'm saying.
How
That
many
was the only thing I
people
was
are
pointing
going?
out.
So
It's
so
just it's a bad analogy. Billy.
how many people
So
are going
people-
into school and saying, "I have a concussion, I can't do this"?
It was a lot. I mean, I can't believe it wasn't like, in Mad Dog, you didn't even sort of see this.
Like faking concussions?
Not faking concussions. I mean, yeah. Because like,
No, because most of the time they weren't fake. Also, I went to an all girls school, so it's just a different vibe. But growing up when I was in sports, like I got the shit, like my head knocked out, but
okay.
I don't know.
We're kind of
I'm
running
on-
in circles.
I'm on Avery's side where it's like I feel like I probably hid more symptoms than I.
Okay, so
agree,
Billy,
you know?
let me ask you this because it seems like you, in theory, agree with what we're saying.
I agree
but-
with everything
but,
you're saying.
But is there a way to make sure that people aren't faking concussions? Wouldn't you rather have somebody like, I don't know, 1 out of 10 people fake a concussion?
Yeah, that's
and
better.
have-
That's a better way to phrase it. Do you think there's more people hiding their concussions or faking their concussions?
Hiding.
yeah.
So, but the thing is, I was just pointing it out. I'm not saying it's a problem. Like let's say, OJ.
Well, you did.
Here's how we get
So
rid of it.
as that, hey man, we appreciate you, Carl.
Yeah, appreciate
you
it.
officially won. What's the beef?
I agree with you guys.
Thank you for beefing with Billy. I think
Yeah, no problem. Get him tested. Give him that concussion test. I feel like he's still concussed from his college days as well.
I think
Thanks, man.
the way to get rid of people faking concussions is just to point out what Billy's doing right now and be like, listen, you're making people not believe in real concussions like Billy. So just stop doing it because people will
Yeah, there's
injure their brains if you
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
pretending to have a concussion.
False.
cry wolf.
Yeah,
To that
false wolf cries.
to the 5% of people that fake concussions. Just know that you're making a lifelong enemy in Billy because he had to do actual schoolwork.
Yeah, he had to learn something,
Yeah. Well, Billy likes
No, it was
learning
more-
stuff. That's the thing. Billy likes
it
learning
was
things
more
that he wants to
their
learn.
end of the project that didn't get done.
This happened one time.
Yes.
No, it's just like
yes.
How
No.
many times? I'm being 100% serious. How many times have you seen someone be like, "I couldn't do this. I have a concussion"?
a lot.
I've never heard of this once in my life.
Okay.
I mean, the people that have said something like that actually had a concussion. To me,
Yeah.
I've been around concussions a lot.
This thing's
Haven't-
gotten pretty blown out of proportion because it's a touchy issue.
You said that you wanted to beef.
I did want to, but
Man.
here's the beef.
All right. Thank you for your beef.
Appreciate you guys. And fuck Dan Snyder, PFT.
Yeah, absolutely. Fuck him. I
I
love it.
appreciate you guys.
See you, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm glad we cleared that up.
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with everything you guys are saying. I'm just saying there's those people.
So you got to stop saying that because you don't.
I do. Concussions are a problem. And I'm glad there's the things in place that are making sure that it happens.
But also pussification of America.
But there's people who can take advantage of the system and be
Billy reminds me of Jeremy Pruitt, who was Tennessee's head coach before Heupel. There was this one offensive lineman who got 2 or 3 concussions in a row, but Pruitt refused to say the word concussion. He would always say, yeah, he's in the protocol thing. He would never say the word concussion, and it was my favorite thing.
he's got some cobwebs.
The first one, he said he got his bell rung. Then the second one, he said, yeah, he's back in the protocol thing.
You remember Mike Leach?
Oh, yeah.
Mike Leach, he locked Craig James's son in a shed.
That story, was that ever resolved?
I don't think
Because he was
so.
getting sued, I think.
I don't know what happened to that. I know that Texas Tech didn't pay Mike Leach all the money that he thought that he deserved. I think it was involved in that lawsuit somehow. I don't know the details, so I might screw this up.
I think he got
But-
sued for it, and then he sued
Now
Texas
he's-
Tech for
yeah.
not giving him his buyout.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, he locked. It was Craig James's son and locked him in an equipment shed because he's like, it's dark in there. You need to be away from light, don't you? Don't you, boy?
Which,
I
in
believe
fairness,
Yeah, 100%.
his thinking was not far off.
I mean, there are probably other places to put a player
Sure,
besides
but
locking him in a shed.
Sure, but you could make the argument that his head was in the right place.
Yeah.
Oh, the worst thing about concussion protocol is you're sitting in a dark room. You're not allowed to do anything. You're not allowed to look at your phone. You're not allowed to watch TV. You're not even allowed to read.
This is why he's against concussions.
No, this is not. But then there's a huge
Or for
Google.
concussions, I guess.
Are you allowed to jerk off in the dark room?
Sure.
That was a big question.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Go for it. Knock yourself out.
But who
Well, no,
knows?
don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
Are
really.
you- I mean, it's a big like literally. If you go on Google, are you allowed to
Jack
This
off
is
in
what
the-
the
with
people are
a
asking.
concussion? No, seriously, was a huge question that floated around.
I'm
It's
going
like-
to say yes. I think you are allowed to jack off,
But who knows?
but you have to use your imagination. That's it. Just spank bank only.
What if it's bad for the concussion?
I don't know. I'm exhausted by this conversation.
Me too.
Agreed.
Okay.
Good nanodosing, man.
Good
Good ass.
nanodosing. I'm glad we got to the bottom of that, Bill. I'm glad that we're all in agreement. Concussions equal bad. Tune in
Never
next
was
week.
a question.
We're gonna have a great macrodosing next week. Starting to gear up for that trip again. We are going to the Tennessee, Florida game in Knoxville.
Allegedly.
No, we got our
Our
flights.
travel's booked.
It's all booked.
I would like to see. I haven't seen that.
I'll
evidence.
send you mine.
Yep, flights
Send
are
it
booked.
all.
They had to cancel and
Send it
rebook my
all.
flight because I spelled my name wrong.
You spelled your own name wrong?
No, they spelled my name wrong.
Okay. How did they spell your name wrong?
Controy.
Are we doing a pod over there? Are we doing a pod over
Yeah, I'm
there?
gonna bring stuff for that.
I think we should record something.
That'd be cool. That could be the little the
Post-game.
Liddy episode. We could
It'll either
save it
be-
for a nanodose.
Very happy.
Yeah,
or
Tyler Barron.
Very sad.
Tyler Barron commented. He said he wanted to do a pod post game.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
Commented on our IG. If we get some players, do a post game
When are y'all leaving? Y'all leaving Sunday?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Are we there
Okay,
all
cool.
week?
Okay, cool.
No.
No, Friday.
Friday
through
to Sunday.
Oh, flight back Sunday.
Yep.
Okay. Big T's booked. I see it. All right.
We will see you guys next Tuesday. Love you guys.